Welcome to the Explainer. So, today we're cracking the secret code of your vehicle's most overlooked, but honestly, absolutely crucial component. I mean, we spend hours, right? Hours researching engines, infotainment screens, safety ratings, but we kind of just ignore the only part of the car that actually touches the pavement. Well, get ready, because by the end of this Explainer, you're going to look at a tire in a completely different way.
Have you ever just crouched down next to your car and noticed that chaotic string of letters and numbers stamped right on the black rubber? Something like P225/65R17. It literally looks like a random serial number or some obscure barcode. But I challenge you right now, what does it actually mean? For most of us, it's a total mystery. But actually, scratch that. It's not random at all. It's a highly specific, standardized language telling you the exact story of what that tire was built to do.
To unlock all of this, we've structured today's Explainer as your ultimate cheat sheet. First, we'll be decoding the sidewall, then matching your drive, and finally, we'll go over some insider maintenance tips.
All right, let's dive right into Section 1, Decoding the Sidewall, the secret code. It's pretty amazing how fast we can break down a tire's entire anatomy just from this string of text. Take our example here. That P, it just stands for passenger vehicle. Sometimes you might see LT for light truck instead. Then the 225, that's simply the width of the tire from edge to edge measured in millimeters. The 65 is your aspect ratio. Basically, it means the sidewall's height is 65% of its width. Simple enough, right? Then we've got R for radial construction, which is pretty much the standard for all modern tires. And that 17 tells you exactly the size of the metal rim it fits on too, in inches. Just like that, boom, you know exactly what size and shape you're looking at. But the real secrets, those are hiding in the final numbers.
Let's zoom in on that number 102. The crucial thing to remember here is that numbers like 102 aren't just arbitrary filler. They represent a really critical safety metric called the load index, basically a coded maximum weight limit. A load index of 102, for instance, means that specific tire can safely carry exactly 850 kilograms, or 1,874 pounds. And here is the absolute golden rule. You must always match or exceed the original load index specified by your car's manufacturer. If you slop a lower load index tire on a heavy SUV, you are literally risking a catastrophic blowout.
Now, right next to that load index, you're going to see a letter, maybe an H or a V. This brilliantly illustrates the tire's speed rating. That little letter dictates the maximum safe sustained speed for that specific rubber compound. So an H rating means the tire's rated for up to 130 miles per hour, while a V bumps that up to 149. Now, even if you're thinking, I never drive that fast, this is an insider safety rule you should never downgrade on your own car. Why? Because the speed rating also directly ties into how well the tire handles heat buildup and heavy braking.
Moving right along to Section 2, Matching Your Drive, Finding the Perfect Fit.
Okay, we really need to clear up a massive misconception in the car world right now. All season does not mean all weather, not at all. All season tires are fantastic for mild, year-round conditions, great for convenience. But if you face actual snow and ice, they fall remarkably short. If you want real winter capability without having to buy dedicated seasonal winter tires, you actually need an all-weather tire. The true mark of this severe snow safety is the three-peak mountain snowflake symbol, often called 3PMSF, stamped right there on the sidewall. If you don't see that little mountain snowflake, you are simply not equipped for severe winter driving.
You know, tires are engineered for incredibly specific jobs. The best tire in the shop isn't always the most expensive one on the wall, it's the one that honestly matches how you actually use your car. Like, if you commute quietly on the highway, a touring or highway tire gives you that smooth comfort and long life. But if you throw an aggressive all-terrain tire on that same commuter car just because it looks kind of tough, you're going to suffer through terrible road noise and super rapid wear. On the flip side, if you want sporty handling, a performance tire gives you unmatched grip, but you're trading away tread life and cold weather capability to get it. It's all about finding that honest match.
Now, if you happen to drive an EV, an electric vehicle, here's a genuinely surprising fact. You can't just throw a standard passenger tire on your car. No way. The massive weight of those battery packs, combined with the instant, heavy torque that an EV produces, means standard tires can literally get shredded or just wear out incredibly fast. EV-specific tires are a totally distinct category. They feature reinforced load capacities, specially formulated tread for lower rolling resistance, which protects your battery range, and they are engineered to be extraordinarily quiet. Which makes sense, right? Because there's no gas engine there to mask the road noise.
All right, let's head into our final section, Section 3, Insider Maintenance. Let's protect those tires.
Please pay close attention to this one because it's a massive safety tip. When you're filling your tires with air, You'll usually spot a max pressure number printed right on the sidewall. Never, ever use that number as your guide. That's just the manufacturer's absolute maximum limit before the tire risks failure. Instead, you gotta open your driver's side door and look for the vehicle placard sticker right there on the door jamb. That little sticker tells you the correct, safe, and highly engineered pressure rating specifically designed for your vehicle's weight and suspension.
Let's empower you right now with a brilliantly simple procedure you can do right in your own driveway. Now, tires have a legal minimum tread depth of 2/32 of an inch, which you can spot using those little molded wear bars. But honestly, you shouldn't wait until then. Grab a standard quarter and insert it into the tread grooves, making sure George Washington's head is pointing down. If you can see the top of Washington's head, your tread is nearing 4/32 of an inch. That right there is your early warning sign that the tire is losing its ability to safely clear water and grip the road. It means you need to plan for a replacement pretty soon.
To really get the most out of your tires, you'll want to follow this simple routine schedule. Check your pressure monthly, but do it while the tires are cold. Why? Well, because of this really surprising fact. Your tire pressure drops roughly 1 psi for every 10 degrees the outside temperature falls. That's exactly why your tire pressure light always magically comes on during the first freeze of the year. You'll also want to rotate your tires every 5,000 to 8,000 miles to make sure they wear evenly. And finally, pay attention to age. Even if a tire has perfectly deep tread, the rubber itself degrades over time. By years 6 to 10, they need to be inspected and very likely replaced because of dry rot and structural aging.
A good, honest tire shop actually wants you to know this exact schedule. Why would they tell you that? Because routine rotations and monthly pressure checks aren't just tricks to sell you services, they're the fundamental touch points that keep you incredibly safe out on the road. When you truly understand your tires and how to maintain them, you build long-term trust with your vehicle, and you protect everyone riding inside it. Education is service, really, and taking care of these basic things pays you back with thousands of extra miles of safe driving.
Let's wrap things up with a bit of a provocative thought. Think about your car for a second. It probably weighs somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 pounds. You drive it at 70 miles per hour down the highway, surrounded by dozens of other cars. And the only thing keeping that heavy, fast-moving machine safely connected to the earth are 4 tiny contact patches of rubber, each barely the size of your hand. That is truly staggering when you stop to think about it. So, knowing what you know now about the secret language of the sidewall, tread depths, and pressures, when was the last time you checked yours? Step outside today, take a look, and take control of your drive. Thanks so much for joining us on this explainer, and we'll see you next time.